Well, it's still getting messier and messier in the It Ends With Us feud between co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Putting these handcuffs over his head while he's driving, and he was just whipping backwards as I was reaching forward, and pow! First black eye I've ever had in my life.
The drama surrounding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds is getting more complicated by the day. What initially seemed like a fairy tale Hollywood romance and powerhouse couple dynamic has now turned into a mess of feuds, legal battles, and awkward moments. Let's dive in. All started with Safe House, the 2012 action thriller where Ryan Reynolds worked alongside Denzel Washington. Ryan, clearly starstruck.
I remember they called cut, and I looked back and, oh man, he had a shiner this big, and I just thought, well, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
Here's the tea.
Was beyond thrilled to work with the legendary Denzel, calling it a dream come true. But Denzel, known for his dry humor and no-nonsense approach, didn't exactly shower Ryan with compliments. In fact, he threw some major shade at Ryan during a Jonathan Ross show appearance, saying Ryan was too busy watching him act to do much acting himself. The whole room went silent, with the audience stunned, Ryan awkwardly laughing it off. But this wasn't a one-time thing. Denzel continued to give off cold vibes, even refusing to praise Ryan during interviews. There was one moment on another talk show where Denzel smiled awkwardly and avoided giving Ryan any kind of compliment, opting to change the subject. Ryan took it in stride, but how could you not feel the tension? Things got even messier during a fight scene in Safe House, when Ryan accidentally gave Denzel two black eyes. Ryan joked that he thought his career
Shipped back in a, flagon or something, so I was pretty worried about that, but he took it in stride and we kept shooting, shockingly, and we got the day.
career was over in that moment, fearing Denzel would end it all right there. But ever the professional, Denzel brushed it off. Still, how do you recover from punching one of Hollywood's most respected actors? Despite this, Ryan has continued to gush about Denzel, calling working with him a masterclass in acting. However, Denzel's responses, full of shade and indifference, suggest that admiration may not be mutual, but the drama doesn't end there. Blake Lively, Ryan's wife and partner in crime, has found herself embroiled in her own controversies. While Ryan is getting roasted by Denzel and dismissed by Hollywood,
That having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint.
heavyweights like Quentin Tarantino, Blake is dealing with a legal battle that could shake her career to its core. Blake's legal issues revolve around her co-star and director, Justin Baldoni, on the set of It Ends With Us. She has accused Baldoni of creating a toxic work environment and claims that some of his improvisations made her uncomfortable. Baldoni, on the other hand, has fired back with a countersuit, accusing Blake and Ryan of defamation and attempting to ruin his career. And if that weren't enough, there's a smear campaign allegation and whispers that Blake tried to hijack the film's editing process. But it gets even more complicated when you bring Taylor Swift into the mix. Yes, you read that right. Taylor is caught up in this mess. She has been subpoenaed to give testimony, and insiders claim her involvement could further complicate her relationship with Blake, especially after Blake's controversial actions on set. There are even claims that Taylor may have supported Blake's decisions during filming, which has drawn some serious attention.
Literally, I'm just asking the question, how are women allowed to do this, to take something and to make it sound like you survived a rape? Because that's what it sounded like to the public.
But attention from Baldoni's legal team. Meanwhile, the public's perception of Blake and Ryan has shifted. Blake's recent fashion choices, social media missteps, and increasing allegations of being difficult to work with have painted her in a negative light. Ryan, too, is feeling the heat, with his post-Deadpool career not exactly setting the world on fire. Rumors about his
All agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
demanding behavior on set and clashes with directors like Tim Miller are starting to make waves, leaving some wondering if Hollywood is turning its back on him. And let's not forget the scrutiny surrounding It Ends With Us, a movie Blake and Justin co-produced based on the best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover. Blake's casting choices, her age in comparison to the character, and her wardrobe choices, including an infamous orange wig, sparked memes and backlash. Add all that to the accusations about a toxic set and illegal
Got some major scoops. I mean, everybody's talking because the sink is shipping and people want to get onto lifeboats. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to Candace.
toxic set and a legal battle that threatens to drag on for years. And it's clear that this Hollywood golden couple is facing some serious challenges. Ryan and Blake, once seen as the epitome of couple goals, now find themselves fighting to maintain their A-list status. With major players like Denzel Washington, Quentin Tarantino, and now Justin Baldoni taking aim at them, it's clear that their fairy tale image is starting to crack. Even their fans are beginning to question whether they're as perfect as they once seemed. So
I'm just going to very quickly, before I give you all of the tea that I got over the weekend, I'm going to go over the biggest revelations from the filing.
What does this all mean for their careers? Can they bounce back from these scandals? Or are we witnessing the slow downfall of one of Hollywood's most iconic couples? Will Taylor Swift's involvement cause further rifts in their friendship, or is she merely a casualty of the chaos? One thing's for sure, the drama surrounding Ryan and Blake is far from over. Stay tuned for more updates as the next chapter in their story unfolds. IT sounds like you're looking for a more detailed or extended version of the text. Let's dive deeper into the juicy drama surrounding Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, shall we? Hollywood's golden couple. Cracks in the facade. When Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively first stepped onto the Hollywood scene, they were the epitome of the perfect couple. With their wit, charm, and seemingly flawless relationship, they quickly became everyone's favorite A-list duo. But as with many Hollywood fairy tales, cracks are beginning to show.
Genuinely, Steph, if you're watching this, I genuinely don't like Blake Lively. Like, I genuinely know. I've known she's a brat. Nobody's paying me to say this.
While fans adored their chemistry both on and off screen, it's becoming harder to ignore the increasing tension that surrounds their personal and professional lives. The fallout from Ryan's experience working with Denzel Washington and Blake's legal battle with Her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni is sparking an industry-wide conversation about
me to say this. I think people really didn't like her during those premiere things, and there was no plot against you, okay? Come down from your high horse.
But whether the pair's star power is fading. Ryan and Denzel, a rocky collaboration. The tension between Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington dates back to their collaboration on the 2012 thriller Safe House. What started as a professional opportunity quickly devolved into something far more awkward. Ryan, who once called Denzel a legend,
most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of the film. This is important.
And gushed about how inspiring it was to work with him, soon found out that Denzel wasn't exactly on the same page. During a public interview with Jonathan Ross, Denzel made headlines when he jokingly, or was it, said that Ryan spent so much time watching him act that he forgot to act himself. The zinger landed with a thud in the room, leaving Ryan visibly stunned. This wasn't an isolated incident. In another interview, Denzel remained incredibly vague about his time working with Ryan, offering little more than an uncomfortable smile and a change of subject when asked about the
here, right? So Baldoni says this was all an effort to hijack the film to get her way. Lively claims she was the victim of harassment in a hostile work environment.
experience. It was clear that Denzel didn't have the same admiration for his younger co-star that Ryan had for him. The feeling of tension didn't just stay behind the scenes either. During a chaotic car scene where Ryan's head accidentally collided with Denzel's face, the actor suffered 2 black eyes. Ryan, while trying to play it off with humor, couldn't help but feel like his career was on the line. In the aftermath, Ryan never stopped praising Denzel, calling him a masterclass in acting. Yet, despite all of Ryan's admiration, Denzel's responses only seemed to grow colder. Blake Lively's legal battle, a toxic work environment while Ryan is busy trying to navigate his rocky
Lively's team has denied all of these allegations. They have responded to this filing, this lawsuit.
relationship with Denzel. Blake is facing her own controversies, specifically surrounding the movie It Ends With Us. The film's director, Justin Baldoni, and Blake are currently embroiled in a bitter legal battle. Blake has accused Baldoni of creating a toxic work environment, claiming that certain improvised moments on set made her feel deeply uncomfortable. However, the drama didn't end there. Blake also claims that Baldoni launched a deliberate smear campaign against her following the wrap of the film, aiming to ruin her reputation in Hollywood. In response, Baldoni has countersued Blake and even dragged Ryan into the mess, accusing them of defamation. This lawsuit has escalated into a high-profile legal battle with major implications for both their careers. But it gets even juicier. Taylor Swift, who is close friends with Blake and even serves as the godmother to her children, has found herself dragged into the controversy. It's been reported that Baldoni's legal team.
Most of his career, he has been a major proponent of feminism, of healthy masculinity. How does it feel for him, though?
But team plans to subpoena Taylor's communications to examine her possible influence over Blake's creative decisions in the film. Could this legal debacle start to strain Blake's tight-knit relationship with Taylor? And will this push the once unshakable friendship into a new realm of awkwardness? Blake's image struggles and social media backlash. Blake's troubles don't just lie with legal documents. Her public persona has also been taking a hit. Once a constant presence on every red carpet, she's now struggling to maintain her style icon status. At a recent event, she was completely overshadowed by Zendaya and Anne Hathaway, raising questions about whether her day.
Shutting down a woman's claim.
She is claiming that there was harassment. He's saying none of it is true, never happened, never did.
As the darling of Hollywood fashion are over. Moreover, Blake has faced several social media missteps that have sparked significant backlash. One notable incident was when she tried to leverage a viral Photoshop controversy involving Kate Middleton to promote her brand. It didn't go over well, with fans accusing her of trying too hard to stay in the spotlight, and the post was quickly deleted. But once the damage is done, it's hard to undo the public's perception. Then there's the ongoing feud with her Gossip Girl co-star Leighton Meester. While their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, rumors have long circulated that Blake and Leighton didn't exactly get along behind the scenes. In a 10-year anniversary reunion, their frosty relationship was evident, further fueling speculation about Blake's reputation and role on the set of the iconic show, the legal and personal fallout. Will they recover? With lawsuits flying and public sentiment shifting, Blake and Ryan are now facing the most difficult challenge of their careers. The movie It Ends With Us, based on Colleen Hoover's novel, was supposed to be a golden opportunity for both of them, but now it's more like a minefield.
Remember that what Taylor had told Justin was that Blake herself, she said, was Khaleesi, who was the queen in Game of Thrones, and Ryan, her husband, and Taylor were her dragons. Her best friend, although I think best friend is now past tense.
Blake's controversial portrayal of the lead character, combined with Ryan's involvement in the drama, has made it clear that not all press is good press. Despite their previous image as a down-to-earth, relatable couple, the cracks are starting to show. Ryan's status as a leading man might not be enough to shield him from the mounting controversy, and Blake's once untouchable status in Hollywood is now under intense scrutiny. The question is, can they recover from this? One thing's for sure. Hollywood loves a redemption arc. Whether or not they can rebuild their reputation will depend on how well they handle the legal battles, the press, and their increasingly complicated relationships with some of Hollywood's biggest players. Will they be able to win back the public's favor, or are we witnessing the beginning of the end for the golden couple? As the drama continues to unfold, the next chapter in Ryan and Blake's career could be a make-or-break moment. Can they overcome the storm? Or are they facing the twilight of their once glittering Hollywood reign?
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are seeking to dismiss Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against them.
Sure. Here's an expanded rewrite for the drama surrounding Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and their Hollywood struggles. The drama between Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and their Hollywood careers is starting to feel like a real-life soap opera, full of unexpected twists, tension, and drama that no one saw coming. Let's break it all down, because this messy feud between...
For those of you, just a quick two-liner for those of you not following it. They started this movie, It Ends With Us, about domestic violence. It was his movie that he bought the rights for from the woman who wrote the book, Colleen Hoover. Then he managed to convince Blake Lively to star in it with him, and all hell broke loose.
Co-stars and colleagues has people talking. Let's start with Ryan and Denzel Washington. Back in 2012, Ryan was thrilled when he got to work with Denzel on the action thriller Safe House. He spoke about it with admiration, calling Denzel a legend and saying it was a dream come true just to share a set with him. You'd think Denzel would be just as excited, right? Not exactly. Instead of the warm, encouraging words you might expect from a seasoned Hollywood pro, Denzel took the chance to throw some shade at Ryan. In an infamous appearance on The Jonathan Ross Show, Denzel quipped that Ryan was too busy watching him act that he forgot to act himself. This wasn't just a one-time thing either. Another interview saw Denzel practically squirm when asked about working with Ryan. Instead of the usual, "He's great," or "What a joy."
2009 Glamour UK interview by Blake Lively. She was on the cover at the time, and in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star Penn Badgley, who played her love interest, Dan Humphrey, on the show. She said, "At first I was so upset that they had hired him, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him."
Denzel awkwardly smiled and paused for what felt like an eternity before giving a vague answer. Fans and insiders began to wonder if there was more going on beneath the surface. But the real jaw-dropper came when Ryan accidentally gave Denzel not one, but two black eyes during a fight scene. Yes, you heard that right. Ryan collided with Denzel's face, and in a moment of pure panic, Ryan thought his career might be over. He even joked that he thought Denzel was going to turn him into a liquid. But Denzel, ever the professional, brushed it off, and filming continued. Yet, that moment seemed to underline a tension between the two men that fans couldn't ignore. Fast forward to today, and Ryan's relationship with Denzel doesn't seem to have improved much. Ryan continues to speak highly of Denzel, admiring his craft, but the feeling doesn't appear to be mutual. And as much as Ryan has tried to maintain a jovial, friendly persona, there are whispers that his behavior behind the scenes isn't always as charming as his public image suggests. Directors, including Tim Miller, who worked with him on Deadpool, have hinted at creative clashes, and these tensions are starting to leak into public conversations. And there's Blake Lively, who's also facing some serious Hollywood heat. She's been embroiled in a nasty legal battle with her It Ends With Us co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. In a filing that has taken the public by storm, Blake accused Baldoni of creating a toxic work environment on set and claims he made her feel deeply uncomfortable. But the drama didn't stop there. Blake alleged that Baldoni and his team had launched a smear campaign against her, attempting to destroy her reputation in the industry. Justin, of course, didn't stay quiet. He fired back with a countersuit, not just against Blake, but also against Ryan and their longtime publicist. Baldoni accused them of defamation, claiming they were behind a campaign to ruin his career. This legal mess has escalated into a full-blown courtroom showdown, and both sides are throwing accusations and evidence at each other in an attempt to prove their case. What makes this even messier is the involvement of Taylor Swift. Yes, you heard that right. Taylor, who has been close friends with Blake for years, has been subpoenaed to testify in the case. It's a nightmare for Swift, who is known for maintaining a pristine public image and staying out of drama. Sources say she's not thrilled about being dragged into the chaos, especially as the lawsuit involves some seriously personal and messy allegations. To make matters even more complicated, Baldoni's legal team is claiming that Taylor Swift played a role in backing Blake's creative decisions on the film. They allege that Blake rewrote parts of the script without consulting Baldoni, and that she used her dragons, referring to Ryan and Taylor, to push her agenda. The idea of Taylor being caught up in such a messy lawsuit could tarnish her image, and it's unclear how much involvement she had in the drama. But that's not all. The situation has begun to spill over into the broader Hollywood social scene. Industry insiders have pointed out that several A-listers, including Anne Hathaway and Zendaya, who once mingled with Blake and Ryan, have distanced themselves amid the growing controversy. It seems that the once golden couple of Hollywood is finding themselves on the outside looking in, while Blake has always been known for her impeccable fashion sense and starring role in Gossip Girl. Even her status as a fashion icon seems to be slipping. Recently, she faded into the background at a red carpet event, overshadowed by Zendaya and Anne Hathaway. Fans began to question whether Blake's reign as one of the most stylish actresses was coming to an end, and as if that wasn't enough, Blake's role in It Ends With Us has also raised eyebrows. She was cast as a character in her mid-30s playing someone who is supposed to be fresh out of college, leading many to question her casting choice. To make matters worse, leaked photos from the film set sparked a wave of memes, with people joking that she looked more like a fast food mascot than a leading lady. Ouch! Then there's Ryan, who's been steadily trying to maintain his position in Hollywood, despite his recent films not doing as well critically. Sure, Deadpool continues to be a hit, but beyond that, Ryan has struggled to land roles